video game.
Right. Hey gamers, this is us here at FGN, and this is our awesome day. It is our 10th episode. Definitely an incredible milestone.
Number 10.
Yeah, I mean it's not much to celebrate about, but it's been a journey that we've been on, guys, and it's
11 weeks now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just starting off as just something to kind of just do once a week, just to have fun, and now we're all knees deep into it, and it's awesome.
I think your thing is looping back.
And so we decided that it would be equally as awesome to do it live. Why not? Hopefully these topics can definitely.
Someone needs to do a JR type promo. We are live from Chicago, Illinois.
Alright, so guys. So I just wanted to mention, unfortunately last week we weren't unable to do the podcast, but we'll do it today and catch up.
It'll be a long one today. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
2 weeks worth now to talk about.
Definitely. So the first thing that came to mind, I didn't add it to the list, but they said that they were going to make a Mega Man movie.
No, I know. I read that. No.
Live action.
Live action.
Oh,
so not even animated.
Live action.
So you're going to have some dude with a friggin' helmet. I mean, that's the thing. Hollywood doesn't know. At least Fox. Fox does not know to do certain movies.
Right, and they try covering it by saying, by the same people that made X-Men, and I'm like, that doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. I mean, because it's also made by the same people who did Dragon Ball Evolution.
Wait, is it?
No,
it's not.
I think it's the people who did X-Men, like the directors maybe, and...
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the studio-wise.
Yeah,
Fox.
so.
Fox itself.
Oh, it's Fox.
Yes.
Okay.
Fox wants to do a live-action Mega Man movie.
Right, that makes sense.
Because Capcom needs something to
How
further
about
step on them.
Fantastic Four? We bring back the same team from Mega Man.
Well,
And we were driving home one night and we looked up a freaking fan-made film that was
I think I saw that.
so low budget.
I think I saw
Oh,
that.
for Dragon Ball?
No,
for
Mega
Mega
Man.
Man.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah.
low.
I mean,
So low.
It was really about his relationship with Dr. Wily. I mean, Dr. Light. Right?
Yeah. So low
I
budget.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's creative.
It was
The same
creative.
one. I assume we saw the same
Was it
one.
like some Asian dude with Mega Man?
I don't recall, but I think yes. Maybe there was an Asian dude in Mega Man.
Yeah, that was it. He had that.
Must have been.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that's the only one.
So
Okay.
it was very creative. Extremely low budget, but it was creative. It was.
Yeah, but that's not what we want for a full, fledged.
Yeah, I don't want some like 5'10" dude wearing the helmet.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
some spandex.
Pixar announces they're going to do Mega Man as their next movie.
That might be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pixar.
As long as it's not live action.
No. Pixar, animated, computer animated.
I think I'd go for that.
movie.
I think I'd go for
And
that.
the
I mean,
Masters, though.
it's better than live action.
Yeah, none of us can foresee a Mega Man.
Unless
Live action
even
Mega
if-
Man that works.
Unless it just takes place in the Mega Man universe, and it's all sci-fi, it's like completely different, not really having to do anything with the
I
game.
see you're saying, oh, fantastical world.
Something, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Not really trying to bring it into real life.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
That could work, but number one, it'd be too expensive, I think. Like the budget would be too much. For to make a transition that into a sci-fi world, like a real one.
Well, it depends who's back in
And
Yeah.
we don't want that. I mean, I don't want to do that. We want
I don't
No,
either.
I really want to see a Mega Man movie.
Yeah.
I really don't care to see a Mega Man movie.
Yeah, I don't either, to be honest.
So,
Yeah. All right. So what's actually on the list for today?
well, because the only reason I wanted to bring that up is just because if they do it, I already have an actor.
Oh yeah.
You
always have an actor.
You fan cast. That's okay. You fan cast. Well,
I mean,
actor.
well, because
And that actor is always
so it would
Jake
be,
Gyllenhaal.
no. So I'm actually going with the younger actor, so it doesn't have to be a full-grown man.
Okay.
like Tom.
I would not want to see a full-grown.
No, but no, like a boy,
So
like
like
a young
a-
teenager.
Yeah.
And the guy from Ender's Game.
I
can see
You
him.
mean Tom Holland? The kid is not going Spider-Man?
No. The other guy from Ender's Game. That's Spaceship movie with Harrison Ford. He was one of the other runner-ups for
yeah, I'm
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to be Spider-Man, and they were like, no, let's grab this.
I didn't want this
guy.
kid now to be Spider-Man.
Right.
I was hoping for
Because I was impressed with the guy from Ender's Game. Because I thought he was.
I didn't want him either. The guy I wanted was can't remember his name, but he's from Maze Runner. The main character in Maze Runner.
The main guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't he like 30?
No.
No, he's in his early 20s.
Okay.
He has a genuine love for Spider-Man, and he has the look. This kid they have now is.
There's always these actors that have a genuine love for a role, so they want it, and then other people want them to have it because they have a genuine love for it. I don't know if that ever necessarily works out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure.
What example can you?
I mean, the perfect example would be Hugh Jackman. He's been doing Wolverine for like forever.
Yeah.
And he said that he loves it, and he would want to do it.
Yeah, but he wasn't a fan of Wolverine before
Right.
he started playing Wolverine. You're talking about somebody who's a fan of the comics.
Someone has an extensive knowledge, like
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck would be like one of the first.
Because he
Yeah.
said he loved Batman.
He has an extensive knowledge of Batman, and he's going to be directing the next 3 standalone Batman films.
Oh,
And-
really?
I think he is. I'm reading about that. He's going to be directing.
The next 3 standalone Batman films.
I think
By
so.
the third one, Matt Damon will be Robin.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's doing the next 3, but I know for sure the first one he's definitely directing and
First
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
directing and playing.
It's like slated to be in like five movies.
He's already going to be in the Batman vs Superman,
Suicide Squad,
and then
3
the 3 standalone films. Not to mention Justice League, if he continues to keep them
That's
after the
right.
Batman.
Right.
That's right.
So either he's going to make Batman look awesome, or he's just going to completely destroy the image of Batman
I think he's
forever.
going to do a good job.
I got an answer to an actor. Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal loves Superman and Steel. He's like obsessed with Superman. He's always been obsessed. By Superman clothing, Superman toys for himself,
Okay.
Superman paraphernalia.
Well, because his nickname was Superman. He has like a Superman tattoo.
Yeah, he's got a Superman tattoo.
When he played with the Lakers and all that.
Yeah, and then he played Steel. He lobbied for himself to play Steel. He played Steel, and it was terrible. You know, just like me, I'm Shaq. Nobody can stop Shaq. Nobody can stop Steel.
I think Ben Affleck's going to do a good job.
I think so too.
I mean, I think he's come the closest to portraying what a Bruce Wayne in the comic looks like in real life. He has the look, more so than Christian Bale had.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian Bale's just an actor who.
Yeah.
Because Christian Bale
role, I think.
he tailored Batman more into being his character.
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody fitting in
To the actual
the actual
comic.
character.
role of, yeah.
And that's what I've been wanting, is someone to fit into that role and look like a mom.
Because I mean, in my opinion, the perfect actor that fit into the role, Robert Downey Jr. I think, did a really good job with Iron Man. Or even Chris Evans with Captain America.
Robert Downey Jr. looks just like Tony Stark in the comics.
I feel like they're so similar to each other anyway. You know what I mean? There's something, and Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
If Iron Man was in real life, it would be him.
I don't think you had to make too many leaps to go from
The
being
guy
Robert
who's
Downey
getting
Jr.
in trouble a lot.
Yeah, withdraw, money, addiction issues, and
cocky attitude.
Yeah.
No, but I think Ben Affleck's gonna do a good job. That bat suit looks incredible. That is the best
It
bat
does
suit
look
I've
great.
ever seen. It's not all flashy and super like armored up and shit like George Clooney's was.
Oh yeah.
With the bat nipples.
You know who was trying to be, who was lobbying to be Superman? Like he was going to pay for, like he was going to produce the stuff himself. Was not Kevin Spacey, Nicolas Cage.
Oh, he was supposed to be Superman.
Yeah,
in the
wanted to
Death
be
of
Superman.
Superman movie, right?
Yeah, and if you ever seen the pictures, he looks like a drifter.
He's got like this going on.
Hobo drifter. Superman.
Yeah, he's got this going on. His hair's
Like, like he's been smashing and snorting kryptonite.
The suit looked kind of cool, but he's also very lanky and scrawny in that
It's
suit.
been really, it was weird.
It
I
did.
feel like the sleeves were too
And
short.
Tim Burton was gonna direct that one.
Oh, that's great.
Tim Burton was supposed to
Tim
direct that.
Burton's Superman. So weird.
Dark and gloomy and just depressing. That's why he had that whole like real estate thing going on. And
Yeah. I mean, I didn't find out about that until like a couple months ago.
yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah,
And I saw like
imagine
the
that.
trailer that they had, and I'm like, this. Thank God it didn't come
When
out.
was it?
Oh man, that was in the 90s, I think. Like,
For what? For
The Death of Superman for Nicolas Cage was in like the late 90s.
I feel like it was late 90s, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
early 2000s.
I remember that.
thing.
I remember when I Am Legend with Will Smith came out. They
Oh,
had
the
posters
Easter
for
egg.
Batman, Superman, like in the
The
city.
Easter egg, and I think it said coming out 2017 or something like that.
They
Easter
were like
egg,
trying
yeah.
to make it happen with Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Let's talk about games.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So the first thing I wanted, and I've been watching it on Twitch nonstop. Metal Gear 5, amazing.
Yeah, so it's a super hit.
Oh, I could see it. I could see it swooping in and just taking Game of the Year.
Made exclusively by Konami and no one else.
Yeah.
No one else had a hand in
I mean, the
that.
game is just. They've made it bigger than any other game before. Like any of its successors. Like it's more open world. There's a lot more like micromanaging, as in like you get to build your own base and manage that and like recruit people, and so it's a lot more than just just go out there and make missions and stuff.
Well, what's interesting is that the reviews gave it a perfect score before the forward operating base online mechanic was active, was like available. You know how you can defend your base against online intruders and attack others, and gave it a perfect score before the Metal Gear Online multiplayer component, which releases first week of October. So that just shows you that just standalone, without any multiplayer, just the game itself,
Well, yeah,
it's phenomenal. But it's Metal Gear, and it's Hideo Kojima. It's a Hideo Kojima game.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've noticed that they still have his name in the credits for the game.
Well, you have to. In the credits, you have to have his name, but they took it off the boxes. There was a retailer in Australia that was putting his name back on the boxes.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool when they just come out. But it's got, it's Metal Gear. So this doesn't surprise me because I've been following Metal Gear since I played the original Metal Gear on the NES. So they don't say that's really the true Metal Gear. They say the true Metal Gears are the MSX versions, and the NES were like bastardized versions. So I truly started getting into the true Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation. And they were always that deep and that complex, and had that kind of replay value and that sort of depth of thought. So it doesn't surprise me,
Yeah, I mean, because I tried playing, which one was it, Ground Zero?
Ground Zero. Yeah, that's
I
right.
played
Just sort of the prequel.
Yeah, they gave that one out for free for Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game. Let me try it out. And I mean, I played like the first mission, the first level. It kind of didn't catch my attention.
Okay.
Because I mean, me personally, I'm not much of that like stealthy.
Sure.
You have to like, sneak around. Shooting is the last. I'm always the one that like runs straight into the to the crowd and starts shooting. But I started watching this game, this new one, and it's different than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go stealth, or you could just go balls deep pretty much and just start killing everybody.
We're live on the air, Joe. We're live on the air. It's got incredible freedom to it. But so this new Metal Gear, even though it's supposed to be I hope I'm using this word right, penultimate. It's the last. It's the last best title in the series. It's supposed to be that. It's the most awesomest of all the Metal Gears. Like, that's great, but it's also a new entity. So, for people who are just starting Metal Gear, or like yourself, that was your first time playing Metal Gear, was Ground Zero.
Right.
Yeah. That's a huge departure from what Metal Gear really was. Because it was more of an action-packed, gritty, stealth-based, like neo-noir adventure. Like cyberpunk, that's the word, not neo-noir. Cyberpunk adventure. And it's always been like that. And then Peace Walker on the PSP was sort of the gateway drug that kind of changed into what it is now. But he's done. Kojima's done. Who knows if Konami will try to bring it back or not. But,
I mean, every stream that I've watched, they ask the same question to the streamer.
Yeah.
And the streamer says, after like a game like this, with this new approach to it, you would think that they would at least attempt to make another game, maybe with a different person, but still attempt to continue because it was such a hit.
Yeah, it's hard.
Do you think that'll happen? Do you want that to happen?
Having followed Metal Gear from like the beginning, I didn't mind that 3 Snake Eater was supposed to be the last one. So Snake Eater was supposed to be it, and then some really disturbing, I believe, Japanese fans put pressure on Hideo Kojima's life.
Talked about that,
and it brought him. Those were the early reports. And then when he announced he was going to do a 4th game, he came out and said, "Well, I really feel that it needs to have a conclusion." So I feel like that was more publicity to say, you know what I mean, nobody threatened me into making another game. But I think that initially he found out his fans were crazy. You know what I mean? Some of them, you know. And by the way, speaking of crazy Japanese fans, I have some Street Fighter 5 stuff that I got to get off my chest today. Well, let me just finish with. So you know, so I didn't think we needed to make another one after that. So you know, it really depends.
I mean, because I'm definitely gonna buy the game.
Yeah, I'm sold.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
I'm buying it the first chance. Well, I mean, FIFA's gonna come out in like a week, so probably get FIFA first.
Okay,
And
of course.
then
Right, probably get FIFA first. Definitely get FIFA first, and then
Priorities.
Because I already have my strategy. I have like, you know, I've mentioned before, I have like all those games that I don't play.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just gonna like trade in a good half of those games
I don't
and
know,
get
you're
those.
gonna get like a quarter.
I mean, I'd rather do it now than wait like, you know, 6 months from now and then go trade it in and have them be like, oh, we can't take these aren't worth anything. Because that's what they did with a couple of my 360 games.
Oh, 360.
They were like, oh, this is too old. Well,
yeah.
we don't want to give you like $1 for it.
this.
It's not even worth it. I'm like,
Dude, like 5 years.
Yeah, they're terrible.
It was like five years ago. I sold a working PlayStation 2, about 15 PlayStation games, some of them still in their wrappers. I got $5. And I
You got robbed.
Well, no, I was offered $5.
Okay.
And I had 2 controllers, and I got like, I guess I sold like $7. No, GameStop, I will not take your $7
for you.
Dude, they're selling online.
I mean, the stack of games.
Yeah, sell it online. Sell it online.
The stack of games is like literally up to like here, and I'm like, so I got all this, man. You give me.
We know a dude who used to do that. He used to trade in games and we used to buy them and trade them in the
But see,
next
that's
week
when
for
I was
$5.
like 18, so that's when I finally learned what GameStop was really about.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's pretty impressive that he learned that at 18. Alright, let's skip just for a second.
Okay, go
Street
for it.
Fighter 5.
okay.
Okay,
Because one of the topics is
Right.
Street Fighter
Speaking of crazy Japanese fans, so there's a few things about Street Fighter 5 this week. New character,
Oh yeah.
Rashid, right?
Yeah.
He's
Supposedly first Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern, probably like
Yeah.
Arabic or something like
Yeah.
that, and he harnesses the power of the wind,
Okay.
of the 4 winds. I'm just making that up. I think that's what they believe. That they believe like that in 4 winds. I don't know. I have no idea. Probably it's all like in the old Arabian Nights tales. You know what I mean? So he harnesses. So that's probably where the Japanese got it from. And he harnesses the power of the wind. So he's got a really fast, right, kind of flighty moveset. He's all over the screen. Probably has a lot of mix-ups, I imagine. He might be. He looks kind of combo heavy. Have you seen the trailer
No.
for him? Okay.
I saw him when you look for him.
So I have to say, how many new characters have been introduced? Just 2? Him and the
I
colleague?
just yeah.
Like new to Street
Like,
Fighter?
new to the series, just those 2.
Okay.
So far.
And I don't know. I mean, like personally, I'm not crazy about like I don't feel like the 2 new characters have the impact that like some new characters they've introduced in past.
Well, I mean, at least it's relevant, like, compared to, what's the other game? What was the other fighting game?
Like the 2D fighting?
No,
3D
the
fighting?
the other one.
Mortal
Killer
Kombat?
Instinct.
Killer
Killer
Instinct.
Instinct.
You know how Killer Instinct introduced that frog?
From Battletoads.
Oh yeah!
I mean,
I thought that was awesome. It's a Battletoads. It's like Zip or Rash, right? Which one are they? Rash. I think.
Rash, no, it was
Yeah.
Battletoads.
I mean,
But you're not a Battletoads fan.
no.
Oh, see, you can't appreciate it.
So see, that's why, like, you know, with them, with Street Fighter, you know, these 2 characters are at least relevant to the other roster characters, as opposed to just throwing in a character that is just like completely.
Sadly,
I
I side with
I thought
them.
Rash was
Sadly,
awesome. You sided with the fall.
sadly, I do because I never played Battletoads. I'm like,
Oh, come
You
on.
have it for Super NES.
Yeah.
I mean, my
But you have NES?
I think I did.
You beat it?
No, I never beat the turtle
My
tunnel.
first thought
When I was a kid. I played a few weeks ago. I beat the turtle tunnel, and I beat the turtle tunnel. I'm like, darn. There's like a more. There's no more game. Turtle tunnel.
my first thought after seeing the Battletoads, oh God, Earthworm Jim's next problem.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I know, I would appreciate that.
See,
I played Earthworm
and you know why?
Jim.
Because he played Earthworm Jim.
I mean, I played it too. I loved it, but would it go in Killer Instinct?
Is Earthworm Jim a rare game? No. It's not rare. It's not made by Rare. So then no, it wouldn't not. But I feel like Rash. And look, coming from a guy who grew up with one of the most iconic retro games of all time, Battletoads, I thought it was a great addition. I thought it was very smart of them to do that. But anyway, okay, so I digress. So Street Fighter, so the thing is they've got Nikali, excuse me, who was from New Zealand.
Yeah, but what?
They have Nikali, who's from New Zealand.
Okay.
He's Maori, which is like, he's like the lightest skinned Maori warrior you've ever seen. And they've got Rashid, and they are interesting characters. I think they look creative, they look interesting, they might work really well, they may have interesting movesets. But I feel like they're not as strong additions as back when Street Fighter 3 was still releasing like series. Like so, if we go back, what were the big additions to Street Fighter 4? It was Sea Viper.
It was Viper,
Rufus,
Jewelry,
right? And let's be honest, Jewelry and Sea Viper were like KOF fan service characters.
Yeah.
Especially Jewelry. She was a female version of Kim Cat form.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, Sea Viper, same thing. She looked like she shopped at the KOF form big store. Rufus was kind of goofy. And yeah, well, I thought it was kind of cool. I thought that was a cool character. I don't know why you would put him in when you could bring back Darren from Street Fighter, Daru from Street Fighter EX. And then they had, we're missing one, El Fuerte. Was that his name? Was it El Fuerte?
Yeah.
Was his name El Fuerte? Okay, I get him confused with the guy from Virtual Fighter, who was
No, Virtual Fighter?
Yeah, he was a luchador, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Okay, so even those characters I feel like weren't that memorable or strong. But then if you go back, you get guys that were brand new. Dudley, who's a huge fan favorite of the series. Alex, who everybody is dying to be put into the game. You know what I mean? So I feel like they still haven't. Whoever's been creating the characters since Street Fighter 4 hasn't quite.
Okay.
He doesn't quite have the same appeal.
Yeah, all right.
You know.
The characters that they had back then were much more appealing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much more relatable, and it was because they were also based on real fighters. A lot of them were based on real fighters. Anyway, so here's the controversy for me. So if anybody's at home and you're watching this right now, you want to Google this. Google Cammy's Street Fighter V face before and after. When they showed Cammy in the debut, that she was going to be in the game, she had a more human, normal, Caucasian-looking face. Where's she from? Cammy. England, yeah, she's from England. And then the Japanese fanboys started complaining that she didn't look doll-like enough, and they changed her face. So she's got the big eyes. Yeah, they're a little bit more slanted. She looks more doll-y looking.
Wow.
It's really, I find that really disturbing. She looks way more believable, way more real.
I know that Chun-Li got a new costume or whatever.
Yeah.
And they said her face, they changed her face too.
Yes, they're changing faces now because people are complaining. Which is fine, you can appease everyone. Yeah,
they said Chun-Li, they took off some makeup.
She's got much more makeup in her original version.
Okay.
And now in some of her other costumes, they took the makeup off.
All right.
Ken looked kind of strung out a little bit, right? He looked kind of strung out. He had some, his eyes were a little bit more shadowy and deep set.
Okay.
His face was a little bit more gaunt.
Okay.
I thought it looked great. It looked like what a dude looks, a fighter looks like after he cuts away.
Yeah.
He looked like he was in shape. Goes with his new outfit. They totally smoothed it down.
Really?
Yeah, to make him a little bit more, anime-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
But with all that said, I think the big consolation prize is what they're calling Handsome Ryu.
No. Hot Ryu.
Yeah, Hot Ryu. Yeah. Hot Ryu. See, I just thought by saying, oh, he's very handsome. Yeah. Well, yeah, Hot Ryu. Yeah, who's got the beard? He's shirtless with the beard. It's great. I think that's fantastic. All I'm saying is, if I had a choice to look like that and with the beard, done. Give it to me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he agrees. And you guys haven't seen him, but you would agree to. Everyone here would agree to look like Hot Ryu. All right. Go ahead. Sorry. All right, I pull back from my Street Fighter tirade. I'm actually going to sit back far enough so I'm out of frame.
Yeah.
This is right. All right,
So going back to Metal Gear, the whole reason why I brought Metal Gear
I'm
up.
still talking about Metal Gear.
No, just because although it was such an awesome game, I was gonna say
Change Snake's face.
there's actually a negative to it.
Oh.
And there was a server meltdown
Really?
initially, and then also there's a tremendous bug within the game that just caused players not to be able to play anymore. Because there was a character within the game called Quiet.
Yeah.
And she's like his
Sniper.
Yeah. And in the game you have the ability to not play just as Snake, but you can also do missions as your helpers.
Sure.
Quiet,
Yeah.
And whenever gamers would go and play as her, they wouldn't be able to save the game anymore. So it's just a bug that it would instantly and there was a mission within the game that you had to play as her.
Oh, that's messed up.
So that would instantly cause you to not save the game, and then you would have to
Can we just remind ourselves right now that Kojima wanted to delay the game a bit more to work on it?
No, and that's why I said it, because that's
And Konami wanted to push it out, right? So hashtag not Kojima's fault.
Yeah, definitely. So no, but that was the reason why I wanted to bring up Metal Gear, just because of that. So that shows you that like this is the year of like the F-bumps, pretty much.
Is it system wide? Like is it across all consoles?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
PC everything. It was
It's
just
it's
the coding
so
again.
the code. Yeah.
I mean, but they're really close to releasing the patch.
Okay.
This is a topic I found last week.
Okay.
Now I was going to bring up that issue was happening like big time, a couple days ago.
Okay.
It should be close to being resolved. I just want to bring it up as, like you said, hashtag.
But you're right.
Not
Not Kojima's fault.
You're right though. It's been a year of just constant mistakes.
Yeah.
Like a friend.
Like every
Yeah.
game except for The Witcher.
Except for The Witcher.
The Witcher's the only one that hasn't come
Hashtag
out.
game of the year.
No doubt. I would agree.
He's already about to release the first expansion.
Wow.
Witcher.
Yeah.
So I mean, awesome. So the next stop, you are
I'm
super excited.
Psyched, man. Super stoked for
So
it. man.
Nintendo already revealed, because we've talked about how Nintendo was going to do more mobile gaming, and this looks like it could be their first official mobile game, Pokemon Go.
Yes, man. Pokemon
Take it
Go.
away.
So essentially, from what I showed you in the trailer, and did you see the trailer?
Yes. No. Yeah. I saw it.
You haven't seen the
I have
trailer.
not seen the
I will
trailer.
have to show you the trailer in a second. Essentially, what it is bringing the Pokemon world to you via your phone. So what the trailer had essentially is like a gentleman walking around with his phone, and it has like coordinates like point some miles, and you see Pokemon captured. You can trade with people, you can battle people, and I guess from the ending there was like a Mewtwo flying around in like Times Square. Everybody was going after it. So it almost looks like they have like events where you can catch certain rare Pokemon. And
It is.
no, most definitely. Like
Now it's the correct term would be this is AR, right? It's augmented reality, right? It's the same, right?
I don't know. You ever heard of that one game? What was that game called? Where you go out and like you claim like spots outside for a group. We were playing it for a little bit.
well, we talked about it. You can watch it. What are you talking about?
The game where you go outside and you like claim a spot and shoot.
Oh, Ingress.
Ingress. It's kind of like
Ingress,
that. You know
yeah.
that we're talking about, Sebastian?
I don't know what
Augmented reality. So in this game, like you choose a side and then you go outside.
Yeah, there's the Enlightened and the Enlightened and Resistance. And it uses real places in real life to capture like portals and hack other people's portals.
Yeah.
So this 35-year-old Japanese
Yes.
dude who's in a suit and tie probably should be at work.
Should be.
Is now wandering the streets of Japan.
He's living out his dream, his childhood dream.
Oh, that looks awesome. Assuming that it would look that great in the actual game.
If it did,
It's obviously this is a concept
If
now.
it looks that great, I'd be home next year.
My only
Start my journey.
my question.
You go Pokemon Master?
Yes.
Go
into people's
gyms.
I'd go into people's jobs. I want my badge.
Oh, will. What if they start doing that? Like, you know,
That's what I'm telling you.
card shops and stuff start like making gyms. You know,
Oh,
over this
card
game.
shops would be great. So like
that'd be pretty
each
cool.
city would have its respective 8 card shops that would just represent the 8 gyms. After you get past all the Magic kids and the Yu-Gi-Oh kids, you know, you got the one guy in the back who's just like this, waiting for you. Then you'll have that one guy who's always standing in the gyms, wishing you luck and shit. What if you actually had to like battle 3 people each time you had to get to a gym? And each of them is just standing there, and you get, you know, you look at them.
How much money does a gym leader make?
How
That's what I
much?
want to know. What kind of salary is a gym leader?
I would like to go into extensive reresearch on what a freaking gym leader would make. Like, what does Nurse Joy make? What does office?
Healthcare?
Yeah,
Benefits? Vision and dental?
Does your Pokemon get health
You get our
care?
401k.
That's right.
But I was telling Doug, after a while, once it's gained some popularity, I wouldn't mind seeing like card shops where people get together, battle, trade, you know. But you were also saying too, in order to catch the Pokemon, you should be able to battle them first, not just tap a button and there you go.
Yeah.
Because it was not that easy in like Pokemon Red
It's
and all.
not. So I don't know. Do you think we can have like a battle system like that, where or you just go out and you see a Pikachu like outside and you go outside and catch it without fighting it?
I don't know, man. So I guess they actually got some footage that's supposed to look like this.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So next year it comes out.
Maybe it's like maybe the Pokemon have levels, and depending on how many Pokemon you have and how many pots and stuff, your level goes up. So you have to catch an easy Pokemon first before
Like
you go catch.
Rattata.
Yeah.
I feel like once you reach the maximum level, like once you're the highest level, it automatically sends a resignation letter to your employer and files for divorce from your
Pokemon Master.
And that's it. It's Pokemon Master. Because really, what else do you have time for now that you're a Pokemon Master?
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder too if the game is gonna kind of be like the anime. Oh wow, I made something cool. I wonder if the game is gonna kind of be like the anime where every Pokemon you see it gives you like a Pokédex entry. Because I think that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be
too.
cool. I
Because
like
that was the basis.
Yeah.
of
You don't even need to catch it, right?
No.
It gives you a Pokedex.
It just gives you a Pokedex
And
entry.
animals?
No, every Pokemon.
Okay.
Like every Pokemon you see, just to give you like a Pokedex.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because that you know, and
Because you just had to see it, and then you get the Pokédex entry, right? In the game.
well, it wouldn't give you the info unless you caught it.
Oh, okay.
Sadly.
This is augmented reality.
Yeah.
Now that I see it, yeah. So this is augmented reality where your technology is used to impose something visual
Yeah.
in the real world. It's not really there.
Yeah.
And that's like a hologram. So is the HoloLens. That's augmented reality, right?
The HoloLens would go great with that. But imagine walking around with that.
You know, and then so it's like PlayStation was trying to push augmented reality. I think before the PlayStation 4 launched, when they still had, they were trying to push their cameras out
Yeah.
and you put cards down.
Oh,
Remember on the
yeah,
camera and they would pop up. That's augmented reality. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's augmented.
I don't know. Like that's what we were saying. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they, and I have a feeling that they're all when the game releases, you're only going to get the first 151, and I think patches will be released to where you get the other ones. Because me and Doug looked this up the other day. There was a total of 718 Pokemon now.
How many?
718.
Holy crap.
I remember when what was it?
We are the
150.
We are the OG.
No,
Critter.
correction, 151.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the
Oh, there you go.
Mew.
Yeah.
You know, we were. Yeah, I remember when it was the 150. It felt special. Now it doesn't. Now it doesn't really feel special. It's 718.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we get it because there's another game coming out soon, most likely after X and
And
Y.
they'll add more.
Be like 800 and
And
something.
they'll add more.
Yeah.
Yeah. How competent were those Pokemon nomologists in the back when there was 150 of them? Like they didn't know that there was like 1,000.
I started following up Pokemon. One of the generations had a Pokemon that looked like a lawnmower.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lawnmower.
Evolved into tractor.
Yeah.
And then there's an ice Pokemon that looks like an ice cream cone. And it literally evolves into two ice cream cones.
Third evolution, like a banana split.
There's a Pokemon that looks like a freaking chandelier. A candle that evolves, I think, into a chandelier type of thing. There's supposedly Pokemon that...
I feel like at that point the creators are just like, what else? What else?
At least
chandelier. Pokemon. If only we could think of.
No,
table.
I'm like,
Table mom. That's it. Yeah.
I'm like dead serious. There's one that looks like a cabinet. There's a
chair that
washer.
evolves into a table.
That's the real one.
real
washer.
Pokemon?
Yeah.
That's a freaking.
That's a fridge.
That's a lawnmower.
Yeah.
That's a fucking fan.
This is
That looks like a
that's
toaster.
a fridge with the freezer on the bottom.
At least it's modern.
Not to be confused with the two.
What the hell is that? So, I don't know. I mean, I wish it was like back in the day where they actually were based off of animals. Charmander, I think, was based off of a salamander.
Right.
Squirtle was obviously a turtle. And
Turtle. Bulbasaur was like
dinosaur. A seed, I think.
Could be in that.
A seed? Yeah, what kind of animal could he have been based off of? Whatever, a seed.
Seed Pokemon.
He had Butterfree, was a butterfly. Beedrill, which stung me like 3 weeks ago.
I'll tell you, if it was one of those, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
They would have to amputate your arm.
Yeah,
But they had like snakes and they had like
Ekans.
Right.
Arbok. Pikachu was a mouse.
Raichu.
Yeah, it was a bigger mouse.
Yeah.
Sandshrew, all of those.
Oh, it makes sense.
He totally never evolved from Pikachu to Raichu, right? He never had that.
No, they just had the baby
Because
form,
you can only
Pichu,
you
that
can
was
only
it.
evolve so many times as a mouse before you become a rat.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, not to mention, what was it, last year or 2 years ago, the announcement of Mega Evolution.
Ooh, another level.
Yeah, but the
Evolution.
Pokemon actually revert back to their form after. So
more powerful.
It's like
momentarily.
basically call it Digimon essentially.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what Digimon.
Like, let
was.
me see.
This is what I like to call the Super Saiyan top out.
Yes.
Where it's just add another. The new guy's too powerful. What do we do? Just there's a new level.
I bet you can have another Mega Ultra.
Yeah.
Like Charizard. Charizard can evolve into this.
Oh, that was awesome.
Isn't there 2 versions?
There's 2 versions of Charizard for Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. Venusaur got one, Blastoise has got one. Trying to see if I can find them while we're talking. Oh yeah, here's Charizard's other one. It's this sucker up top.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he has 2 different ones.
Mega Charizard. Oh, Mega Charizard Y, Mega Charizard X. Okay.
Yeah.
Blue Flame, Red Flame.
Yeah, that's his Smash Super and Smash Brothers. He turns into one.
Yeah, he turns into that thing. Blastoise has got one. Blastoise literally just got more cannons.
Alright, so what's up with Lawbreakers?
Really quick, just wanted to say hi to Lil G600.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
Thank you for watching. Hope you're
Hello.
enjoying this discussion.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
All right, and Papa Chan. Hey, what's up?
Blastoise. Look what he looks like.
Alright.
All right.
This is how Blastoise
And feel free to just type in the chat if there's anything you want to add on to this. This is turning into an interesting conversation.
Yes, very, very long conversation.
Alright,
Talking
so-
about everything wrong with. I mean, someone drew this. This would be a Diglett that drew of me. So is that what Diglett would evolve to? Like he'd actually come out the fucking ground?
So you evolved into a dictator? Do my bidding. I'm the bigger Diglett. I'm just like the other Diglett, but I'm bigger. Do what I do. It's like real life.
Yeah.
It's like a human trait. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before we got Pokemon, I was just wondering if it's going to be a free app.
I don't think so. Oh, and that's what I forgot to mention. I think you're gonna have to buy them because there's these little watches that have been popping up all over Facebook and all that. And supposedly what they are, or at least from what I've read, is so you're not always just staring at your phone like, oh god, am I being attacked? These watches will like vibrate.
Oh, to let you know
that you're either being attacked or maybe a Pokemon's nearby.
Right.
Well, I could see them making the actual app itself free, but then
You
the
have to buy
watch.
the watch.
So you'd be able to still use just the phone to look at Pokemon.
Okay.
But then it would eventually become a hassle because obviously you're not going to walk everywhere with your phone on, beep, 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 where's the phone? So, eventually it'd be like, oh, you buy this watch, that would make it way
So
easier.
it's separate.
Yeah.
It's separate.
I really want to see.
So the app
I really.
I think the app itself.
I really want to see the last thing you said in writing, like quoted. Beep boo ba beep boo beep beep. Where's the Pokemon?
Some are saying it might be about what, $10 to $15 you said?
Yeah, I would say
If they do charge you for the game and not the watch, it'd be like $10 to $15 for the app. I feel like
so
it's
with the watch, where you can buy it, I can't just start putting it in Walmart and stuff.
I don't know about Walmart. I feel like it'd be like via the Pokemon app,
So
like maybe like a store or some shit. Yeah.
Although I think that it would be better if they just did do it at stores. I think it would.
That would be better.
They would know because they would reach out more to their general public, including kids, if they were the.
They should do it
sell
like
at the
they
store.
were freaking card shops and stuff, and start calling the card shops marts now, like in the game. Oh, pretty cool. Call them marts.
Because I mean, if you think about it, if you do it at a card shop, not that many people or not that many kids would go to card shops. But if you do it at like Target or Best Buy or whatever store, the kids would be like, "Oh look, mommy, I want that. I want that watch, or I want that game."
How much would you pay for the game and the watch?
Oh, shit, max, I don't know, maximum was 20.
You pay $20. You pay $20 for the game and the watch. Maximum is like
Ooh, I don't know. That's
No,
I
they're
don't
gonna charge more than
There's
that.
no way.
The little watch, that thing can't cost more than like $10.
Would you pay $150 if it came with the game, the watch, And as soon as you ordered it online and you put in your cell phone number, you got a call from a Professor Oak, an actor playing Professor Oak, and he calls you to an actual lab in the city you go, and he's like, "Welcome, Douglas.
Honestly,
Pokemon."
I think I would for the experience.
For that experience.
Yeah.
For the experience, you know, him giving me a fucking Pokédex or whatever else, and obviously I can't pick a real Pokemon, but they should have it on the phone where there's 3 Pokeballs, and you can choose
And you
from
can pick
one. And that's the one you start with, and when you leave his lab, you start getting these notifications of where the different Pokemon are.
They should do three docks, like they do in actual Pokemon, like where you put the Pokeball, and it loads it in, and you take your phone and put it in the dock.
That'd be great.
And it downloads all your new photos. on the internet.
The professor really reveals I'm from Team Rocket.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, because ultimately it's a mobile game. How much are you going to pay for a mobile game?
Most I'd pay.
You're not going to pay more than
The most I paid for a mobile game is $10.
Me too, yeah.
Absolutely, that's what it boils down to.
But then if you think about it, you pay $10, and there's always that like
But I feel like
microtransaction.
What's the most you paid?
I paid $10
For what game?
It's called Football Manager. So it's like a soccer related.
And we mean football.
Yes.
Football.
But I paid like inside the game. I probably paid like another $20 altogether for like the extra add-ons.
Okay.
So for that specific game,
Okay.
$30.
You really put it.
But I play it whenever like I'm bored or
Okay.
so it's a good investment.
Okay. Hold on.
So I mean, I can see them maybe not charging that much for the game up front, but you're going to find little microtransactions and other things to enhance.
Which I'm fine with for them. You know, I'm fine with that. You know, every game has it. You know.
And then maybe find a way to connect it. And this is me being, the prophet.
Oh yeah,
Video games.
Oh.
So maybe connecting it to the Nintendo NX.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might have like a standalone thing for that. You think,
Okay.
So maybe you catch the Pokemon in the real world, but then you can transfer it to the NX and then have an actual game where you can like explore the open world and play.
Okay.
Exactly.
So it'd be incentive of catching Pokemon in the real world.
the game's gonna be good. I mean, I feel like whatever.
All we wanted was some Pokemon MMO RPG.
That's what we wanted.
That's what we wanted.
We
back
weren't
in the day.
trying to
Yeah.
go out. We didn't need to go outside, and we didn't need a whole thing. We just wanted a Pokemon MMO. You know what? I think we had discussion, and at one point we would settle for like a faux MMO, right? Like Fantasy Star,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where you could just team up with 4 people and then sort of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it had like a hub world or something like that, so you can interchange. Yeah.
Little did we know we would get this.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it works before we start. Yeah.
I'm totally psyched.
1 year later. So the horrible reviews that come in for Pokemon Go, we knew it was going to be just
The worst idea since the virtual bowl.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh gosh, someone's getting the window seat after this.
Rest in peace, Goofy.
The window seat just got vacated and now someone else just took it.
Like I said, I think it's going to be good. I mean, whatever they price it at, they're going to have to add more to it than just constantly catch, trade, battle, catch, trade, battle. It's going to get really repetitive. They're going to have to, I want to see like some mini games with it, some events you can meet up with people, like I said, card shops. Card shops could act now as, marts or whatever, gyms, whatever, where you meet. I feel like after the game has gotten some popularity, certain players with certain rankings could be considered gym
Yeah,
leaders.
and I think it could be like sponsored. It could be reviewed and sponsored by Nintendo because I think doesn't Konami do that with Yu-Gi-Oh? Like they give certain card shops like legitimate, like gym status and stuff like that.
I mean, back in the day when the card game was booming, I mean, we had events where people actually were gym leaders and you'd go and do tournaments.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't earn actual badges. The badges were like on these other cards, and you would make your way throughout the tournament. So, and sadly, I never got whatever.
And so before we move on to the next topic, because one of the announcements, you mentioned that they announced the new president of Nintendo.
They did.
And so I took the liberty of looking him up. His name is Tatsumi Kimishima.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're saying that he's had extensive leadership at Nintendo, so he's been around for a long time at Nintendo, and he knows. And that Miyamoto actually supported his candidacy from the get-go.
Position that he held before.
Who?
Yeah. Yeah.
So included serving as Chief Financial Officer of the Pokemon Company and Director of Nintendo of America. He's also the company's Managing Director and Head of Human Resources for a period.
He's worked every corner of the business side.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So he's perfect.
Yeah.
And then
Miyamoto's official title is Creative Fellow. No, really, it's listed as Creative Fellow. Yeah.
And then
which I assume fellow as in like in the academic sense, and not just he's some dude.
And it says that Miyamoto and Tanaki keep their current roles. So, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's now we're just gonna have to sit back and see how this guy approaches, because we spent so much time talking about how Miyamoto would approach it as opposed
we didn't think there was anybody else.
This is just like out of nowhere. So now it's just we're gonna have to wait and see if they're gonna approach the NX, safe.
I think it's really gonna be about how in touch he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's
all gonna boil down to.
He sounds like he has the most expertise of all the candidates they could have chosen. To be in touch with selling a product.
Right.
So we'll find out. We'll see.
Definitely. So we talked about Lawbreakers.
We did.
Time.
Yeah.
And so far, right now, it's just a PC game.
Oh, okay.
They haven't found it. They haven't found anyone willing.
This is Cliffy B's game.
Right.
Yeah, and I know Microsoft was trying to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They wanted it like the last game he did pretty well in the market. We'll welcome it. So as of right now, the game is called a free-to-play game. So essentially, when the game comes out, you just log in and just download it for free.
Yeah, they're gonna make money.
There'll be like little microtransactions and stuff.
Fortress. Right. Yeah. Okay.
But he still left the door open for it to become console. He's like, I haven't received any calls yet for any other big companies to come and say, oh, we want you to come and be a part of us. So I mean,
we'll see what happens.
I mean, I'd love to see it on Xbox because the game looks amazing.
Xbox could use it. They could use it.
Yeah, no doubt. And then they just announced that they just shut down not the indie games department that was booming at Gamescom, but they shut down the 360 version of the indies game on the market, where people could create their own game and just upload it.
I know you
shut that down.
Where it's like Date Simulator.
Yeah.
Right? Zombie Attack.
Yeah.
Zombie Attack 2. Date Simulator during Zombie Attack. So they're all the same thing.
So they officially just shut it down and said, you know what, we're not doing with this anymore. Now it's just going to be the whole thing. I think it's called like ID at Xbox or something like that.
Oh yeah, so that E3.
So that's what they're going forward. I mean,
they were, no offense to anyone who has, and that's very admirable, who has coded and created their own games and put them up there, whether they're simple or complex. But yeah, it was interesting. Those indie games were truly like ground level. You know what I'm saying? Like high schooler doing your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like what we hear now when they say, oh, there's an indie game coming out and it's like some 2D epic.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you think about it, it was those ground level games that kind of triggered the movement to where Xbox is now.
Yeah,
I think invest all this money into,
because
there's so much potential in the indie market.
Yeah.
I mean, because who knows, the next gem could be in that indie market, and they wouldn't have gotten that opportunity if back then it all started with like the simple games.
Okay.
So I mean,
all right.
Okay.
So the next thing, which I kind of laughed. So I don't know how to pronounce the name correct. I pronounce it Machinima.
Yeah.
The the IGN type channel. So they found out because when the Xbox One came out, and this is me being biased with me loving Xbox One. So they found out that Machinima got paid by Microsoft to advertise positive reviews about the Xbox One.
Who's they? Just we in general found out?
No, it was like an actual lawyers.
Okay.
They did an investigation.
So is there any fallout from that?
I think Machinima or Microsoft's going to get fined or something like that. Because it's false advertising, especially because they do it through YouTube. And YouTube is strictly against
false advertising.
You're supposed to state that you're getting endorsed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've heard it where people have
on
gotten
the
kicked
big-
off of
oh,
YouTube
okay.
for not stating that they were endorsed by a third
I
party.
see. Okay.
And Machinima didn't state that they were endorsed. So people are watching these reviews, Xbox is amazing, blah, 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 which it is, by the way, and we're not getting endorsed. But,
Yes, let that be known now. We are
we're
not.
not getting endorsed. But, you know, and they were, and people were just getting, I guess, in the article were misled that they weren't getting endorsed by Microsoft to say how awesome the
Oh, okay.
console was.
And a lot of this is because a lot of this is important because it's being done through YouTube.
Right.
Because everybody's doing this. IGN has
right.
been, have this problem. Kotaku was one of the big perpetrators of, I think, wasn't it Kotaku getting paid for the game trailers? So one of those two was getting paid, yeah.
It might have been game for
It
that.
was either Kotaku or Game Trailers, but I'm not saying which one definitively, so you can't sue me. Because I don't know.
And they said it wasn't just Machinima, but it was actual, like, high-ranked YouTubers. So with big followings that Microsoft would reach out and be like, we'll give you this either a check or something.
That doesn't surprise me. People have been paying for good reviews for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So whatever.
I mean, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I think I've heard that like 6 times.
Yeah.
I'm about to, like, break into a little dance.
Donkey Kong break. Oh, I was going to say, nobody say anything. Just next time it comes up, nobody says anything. As soon as it comes up, just doesn't have anything to know the sentence, just stop, and we don't explain why we stop. It is just, and it's
Are you guys bothered by that? Like Microsoft, like that they would do such?
surprise me.
Doesn't
Nothing
bother
surprises
me.
me.
That was gonna fuck the one anyway.
Whatever.
Right, I mean, it's...
Here's the thing, you're like, my Xbox is awesome, we're not getting endorsed, right? That's what you just said, right?
Right, I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like reviews like that should be, like, truthful. It
Yeah.
should be more
Yeah.
like...
I feel like, but see, the thing is, I feel like they're all awesome. Like, I feel like what bad
Each
game
one
is out,
has
what
its
bad
own-
game, what bad console is out
Each one has its
right
own
now.
assets that make it great. Yeah,
Right.
it just depends on your preference.
The Wii U, I think, is awesome. It just has less awesomeness to offer because it's all about games.
Okay.
Yeah. And Xbox could use more awesomeness.
Yeah, because there's some things I like about
Yeah, it's business as
PlayStation.
usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because, like, me personally, like, when I go and watch Machinima or IGN or whatever the case is, I look up games to see their reviews before I buy it.
Okay.
That's what I use to judge,
Yeah.
whether or not I want to invest the money in the game. So, I look at it at that point of view, like, if, the Xbox, if the new console's coming out, and then I want to see reviews for it, and if I go, to a specific website and they said, this thing is awesome, get it, we highly endorse it, it doesn't necessarily have to be a console, it could be a game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, awesome. They're saying it's awesome. They're accredited, reviewing website, whatever. I go out and buy the game, and it's complete crap, which wouldn't be the case for the Xbox One. But if they're doing it for the Xbox One, you would think maybe they're doing it for other games as well.
Yeah.
Other companies would go out and, say this game is awesome, but it turned out to be crap, and it's like,
that's super annoying. That would piss me off. But they've done that. The last couple of years, they've reviewed there's been a few games. They gave really great reviews for, and they turned out to be terrible. Someone got fired from GameSpot. This was legendary in the community. Somebody got fired from GameSpot because he gave a really bad game too low of a review, like a score. This was a few years ago, and then I think he went over to Kotaku maybe, or something else, maybe not Kotaku. But he got fired from GameSpot because the people who made that game were helping to sponsor some of the stuff that GameSpot. So GameSpot, Kotaku, Game Trailers, IGN, I never assumed that these people had the kind of integrity that we would want to expect that they have. So none of this really.
I mean, I'm a big IGN person. Like, that's my go-to.
Yeah.
And they've never done me wrong in terms of game reviews.
You have to really kind of know what it is they're trying to tell you already in order to realize, like one of the big things that they did like within the last year, IGN, but everybody did this, but IGN really spearheaded it, is they released, there was this big report, I don't even remember this, that came out. The big report was, turns out digital downloads of games and media are more harmful to the environment than Blu-rays. Right? That sounds insane, right?
Yeah.
Kevin's common sense says, What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's retarded.
Right? It's retarded. It automatically, you can come up with 100 reasons why that's not true. And so I dug for 5 minutes, just for 5 minutes. And it turned out that the study that was conducted at a university was funded by Sony and the rest of the conglomeration that owned Blu-rays.
Oh, God.
Wow.
See?
That's stupid.
It's like 5 minutes. And IGN put out three.
Harmful to the environment?
Yeah, and IGN put out 3 videos on it talking about how, can you believe it? Can you believe the news? And then, well, they paused for a break while Naomi Kyle did a Sony commercial.
It's like saying,
You know?
it's like saying printing off paper, or like, just like downloading a document is
More
harmful
than printing on paper.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
It's like 1,000 times more
Yeah.
expensive to print on paper.
So, you know, I think that they do have journalistic integrity, but within that mixed in is just the human sort of, you know what I mean, greed, and, you know,
Right.
and you know, willingness to
Yeah,
bend
I mean,
to
they
will.
have to make their money somehow.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I like Angry Joe. I'm a big Angry Joe. Do you listen? Do you ever watch it?
I've watched
He
it.
was really big on attacking that kind of nonsense.
I mean, but you know, because of that, lately I've been, you know, like I've been watching Metal Gear on Twitch a lot. Now that I've decided that's going to be my way to determine whether or not I want a game. I'm not even going to read the reviews.
Oh, you watch
I'm
it,
gonna
and it
watch
really
people
looks
playing
smart.
it. And if it's something that I can see myself playing,
Yeah.
then I'll go for it.
Speaking of which, what you just said, I don't know why it just clicked in my head. Who else saw the whole bull crap with Jimmy Kimmel?
Oh my God, yes.
Jimmy Kimmel basically attacked gamers on YouTube who do the Let's Plays. And people
Or
who,
Twitch.
and people who
You're
watch.
probably the same thing.
And
Why?
people,
Because they're making as much money as he
Well,
is.
he just said that he doesn't see the point of people watching other people
then he did
play.
this whole skit that made fun of it and attacked him, and basically saying it's kind of stupid. Why don't you just play the game?
But dude, there was such a backlash.
Yeah.
Game costs $60
People were.
to buy a game.
Well, that's the thing.
Not
Especially if you go to
Not everybody
GameStop.
hosts a late show.
Here you go. Watch this.
There we go.
And then,
Turn it up all the
he did another skit with Markiplier.
Well, that wasn't. I don't even think that was a skit. I think Markiplier and that girl legitimately expressed that they were trying to teach him
Oh,
something.
right, no, they did, and I think they reached out to him or
All he did was crack jokes the entire time.
Yeah,
But,
and it was such a good game too, Rocket League.
oh yeah, it's that Ignite. We gotta go play it.
Yeah, it's a PC game, but
Like,
it's
just
awesome.
like cars hitting
It's
soccer
like
balls.
Sam. It's like a soccer game with cars.
I just have touch. He just has touch.
Watch, he doesn't
Yeah, it's just really fun.
He's old, and I think it was so annoying when he showed up into the meeting with like that
Power
gaming
glove.
arm
The
thing.
power glove.
The power goes?
And I'm just like, dude, that's just mocking. Like Markiplier's face,
But
priceless. He just looked at him like, dude, like.
yeah, listen, listen.
I mean, you have to laugh at it though, because it is pretty funny, but at the same
Yeah,
time,
it was funny, but at the same time, I was a little insulted.
right? Because we're all
Because
part of that community,
not only do we watch, we're starting to do the same thing where we're playing and people watch us. And it's
right?
Oh, don't forget my YouTube dot.
That was really good. It was great.
And so then he met up with two very popular Markiplier. I love Markiplier, good guy, great guy.
Who was the other one he met up with?
This,
It was a chick.
yeah, I feel bad that I can't remember her
Yeah, I feel
name.
bad, and I feel even worse
Sorry.
that he was like, it was a chick.
Anyhow, I mean, she even flat out told him, you know, why attack something you don't understand. And he flat out said, comedy.
Yeah.
He was making fun of it because he doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
I think he's just salty.
His writers probably wrote it. His writers probably wrote it.
That's true. I mean, if it does come from, let's say, him, someone's salty that something that people are making more money than him at a younger age.
Maybe.
Regardless, you know, the gaming community did give him a horrible backlash. I mean, he was getting.
No,
I wish
they
you
were
cancer
telling him
threats
to like
and,
go
kill
kill
yourself.
yourself and like all types of things.
Can't win, man.
Because I mean, and like I said, I mean, I've been watching Twitch to determine whether or not I want the game.
That's another reason why I watch those
Right.
things. I'm like,
Perfect
you know,
example.
you go to GameStop, you're gonna buy a game brand new. Not
Return
return
it already. And
If it
even if
sucks.
you return it, it's going to be for like a tenth of the price you paid.
Learn from my Ultimate Tenkaichi story, where I got freaking $10 back for a $60 game.
Right. Like the perfect example for me, Mad Max. So much hype for the game, and it is awesome. I'm admitting it was a good game. But once I started watching it,
Gets repetitive.
I just sat back and I'm like, it's a good game. I like the concept. I grew up watching the Mad Max movies.
But I shouldn't
But
pay
it is,
60.
yeah, it's not my thing.
Rental.
So I'm happy that I watched it before I
Like
decided to
something
buy it.
you'd get like at a red box, you're not paying as much. Yeah, that's why I watch too, because not only they're entertaining watching as people do Let's Plays, it's entertaining, it's fun.
You see their reactions to it.
Yeah, and it's fun, and you know, if they, you know, like you get to see if the game's worth playing or not, if it's worth your time. Or not.
Like watching Markiplier playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Or
That
recently,
is-
I just watched him play Until Dawn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I realized I'm not buying that.
Me neither. Well, I mean, because it's exclusively a PlayStation.
That and
But yeah,
it doesn't grab my
I was
attention.
stuck.
It's
I
not
was
a touch.
dying.
That's all. It's not a touch. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Who cares?
It's not.
Stop watching
There's
cable.
just some gamers, man. If you attack, like, we're
Yeah.
still hate Sally.
He's not a touch. There's other dudes who are more touch than him. Fallon.
Fallon's
The gamer
great.
himself.
Fallon's great.
Sometimes.
Conan.
And Conan's like team is super in touch.
Yeah.
And Conan admits that he's out of touch.
But
But then
he goes
they'll
along
then they'll go along with it.
Yeah.
They make it funny.
They do like a Let's Play.
He does like tons of them. It's called the Clueless Gamer.
They used to do
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conan.
Yeah.
And he makes fun of the game,
Yeah.
but he does it in a way that it doesn't insult gamers.
Jimmy could have made it funny without insulting the gaming
He probably
community.
didn't write it. He
Probably
didn't
not.
write it.
You're right. You're probably
Like
right.
two of his interns wrote it or something like that, and he's kind of
Probably two guys who were like, God
he was
damn
got more
it.
of a Leno style,
He does.
where he's not really that.
Two of his interns were probably like, damn it, I gotta work for this guy when I could be doing
Yeah,
that.
he's really not that funny. He just follows a formula that people write for.
Okay.
He's not as bad as Leno. Nobody is bad. Leno was just horrible.
I just think it was a mistake when they brought him back in and kicked Conan out the door.
That was a huge
Is he
mistake.
still there in the show?
Who? Leno? No, he
No,
got replaced like 6 months later.
By
He
Fallon.
retired again like 6 months later by Fallon.
And then Conan
Yeah.
went to TBS.
CBS. It's like he came in to screw over Conan and then
Less.
swept back out 6 months later. Fallon took his job. Or took Conan's job.
Which Fallon is doing an
But he's
amazing
doing
job.
great.
Yeah.
He's funny.
If it worked out for NBC, you jerks. Well, whatever. I love Conan.
So what
So-
else we got now?
Apple announced that they're going to go into gaming. And there's the Apple TV, like the little thing you buy.
Wait, as in, are they trying to do like a console too or something? Or
Yeah,
games?
well, kind of like a Wii U, kind of like the whole Wii with the sensitivity. And they actually released, so it's like a little box that you connect to your TV or whatever.
I'm surprised it's not like an
And it's
Apple.
like a control, like a remote control, but the remote control has a sensitivity feature, just like Wii. And you can like go back and forth.
It
And
would
they
have been
already
funny if they
announced
were, instead of a box, it was an Apple.
So
I heard though that the maximum capacity for the game is like 200 megabytes, 200 to 300 megabytes per game, which is like nothing. Like
Yeah.
The Witcher, like
This music's just
They'll-
fitting for this
They'll
new.
change it. Xbox 360s was the same, right? Or Xbox is the same thing. Like Xbox
What's
Live
that?
arcade games were capped at like, what were they capped at? Like 250 or something?
Yeah, like really small.
Something nothing, yeah.
So I mean, and
And
it's
they're like
Apple.
this stupid.
You know, Apple's kind of up their game, and they see the potential in gaming. So I feel like they're just gonna go all out
Yeah.
into it.
If they can get, so there are really, really awesome games that you can only really find on Steam or directly from like some indie guy's website, right? So like the games that have already come out, like they're like really creative stuff, like Gemini Rue. You ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a noir point and click
Okay.
adventure, really creative. Stargazer is another one that's been gaining a lot of steam. So there's a lot of these great indie games that are like that. That if you could get those people that they don't have a home, those developers don't have a home.
Okay.
They can't afford to put it on anything but PC. You know what I mean? The best they can do is you can download it from their site and integrate it into your Steam library. But it's not in the Steam store. A lot of games, I think Gemini Rue is.
Okay.
But if you're Apple, and you can go out and find a lot of loose talent. There's a lot of talent just floating around, and bring those people in. Sure. You just need a department. You need like a guy who knows how to find these people and court them and bring them in. Apple TVs.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like a
that's
picture of the actual thing. I mean, and I can see it growing. I can definitely see it. I mean, But now you have to think about it. That type of gameplay, now Nintendo actually might have competition.
Yeah, I was thinking too, I feel like if they're competing with anybody.
Yeah, because if PlayStation has Xbox, and they're their own thing, like full-on gaming.
Yeah.
And then you have the Wii, which we've never, I mean, from what we've said in our other podcasts, they've never, like the Wii has never been put into that race with the other two, just because it's a completely different brand of gaming.
Last time it was in that race was GameCube.
Right. And so now you have Apple coming in, and they're showing the same type of gaming that the Wii has.
And Apple is not like Ouya, you know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a legit company.
They're a megaforce.
They have so much budget, so much backing.
Megaforce. Hashtag.
Which is coincidentally a Power Ranger title for the series.
Is it Power Rangers Megaforce? Yes. Nobody will know as long as don't come.
Forget that ever happened.
We are not named after Power Rangers Megaforce. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, you know, it's funny too, we were talking how long it's been around. It's actually been around in Japan since 1975.
Power Rangers? Yes. Yeah, what's it called over there?
Super Sentai.
Super Sentai, that's right.
1975 to today.
Yeah.
So the Mighty Morphin, that was the first. Oh no, that was there.
Mighty Morphin was our first.
Is Super Sentai older than Ultraman? What do they call Ultraman?
I don't know. Oh, you don't remember Ultraman?
Oh, man.
Ah, yeah. Surprised you're older than me. Let's see.
Remember Superhuman Samurai?
I was about to say that.
Superhuman Samurai, Cyber Squad, yeah. Remember Beetleborgs?
Beetleborgs.
Oh, man, that was
bad.
Ultraman. I don't remember that.
Yeah, Ultraman. Of course you don't.
That'll be the wars.
It can only be seen in your dreams. Or nightmares.
Here we go. Yeah, it was the Cyber Squad. It was so awesome. I had a VHS one, a Superhuman Samurai one.
So, why did Devil's Third on this list?
I saw you glance over a couple times.
Okay.
Well, with Devil's Third, the creator for the game came out to respond to all those bad reviews.
Tomonobu Itagaki?
Yeah. So he said, and this ties into the whole Machinima, IGN, and he just said that all those entities didn't review it the right way. They just played it like once and just reviewed it based on that. And they said that they should have taken the full experience and that the game was supposed to be open, played with other people like online.
They didn't review it the right way.
That was the words in the article exactly.
They weren't supposed to play it once.
They were supposed to give it time and go on the multiplayer.
It's gotta grow on you.
Yeah, and
my game's not good enough to just be played and then you like it. It has to grow.
And then he said that multiplayer aspect.
And then don't forget to go online and ignore the campaign completely.
Right. Yeah, that's essentially what he said.
Oh,
and he said that if they would have done that, I'm such a huge fan of his.
It's like your respect is.
Yeah, but I'm 30, so the whole world just to me is just. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it was back in the days anymore when we used to play Shenmue.
That's another reference.
Shenmue reference completed.
Sound bite when
yeah. What was the sound bite?
I don't know.
It's you know when you do the move when you learn a new move?
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you're going
You're gonna have to add that when you edit the actual video.
Or just some of the music.
Yeah. 15-minute segment. Some guy hard from the game on the video.
Like the main music, the main menu music. Yeah.
Okay. Or Bob like, nice move. Okay,
so moving on from Devil's Third. So just strike a pose.
Just segue into some relaxing music.
So it's a week old, but the official Arkham Knight patch is out.
Hooray!
Oh god, I feel like wasn't it supposed to be out weeks ago? Like, I feel like we've
Well,
been
because we
bringing.
were testing it weeks ago. So it came out, or
I'm about to
fixed the
say,
game.
like,
The
four-
game is now officially false.
I was about to say for like
Unless you buy it in the store.
Yeah, then they have to go and still download the patch.
I was about to say for like 4 weeks now, Batman's horrible, Batman's not working. It works.
Yeah. So I mean, now I asked this question the last time we did a podcast. Do you think they can save themselves in terms of the PC version of the game?
At this point, no. The PC version, I don't think is gonna bring them up to like Game of the Year status. They already screwed themselves over by releasing a game knowing that it was
Right, because
crash.
that like, whenever a new game comes out, there's always that hype that comes with it. I remember when Batman came out, like almost every streamer on Twitch was playing it. All my favorite streamers were playing it. But now that is gone, and now it's all about Metal Gear, Mad Max. So like I don't.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this was gonna happen regardless. I don't know. You know?
I don't know. I would hope people learn their lessons.
Yes.
You know, they learned their lesson when they're making us pay for codes to play online. Like online, you couldn't sell your games or buy used games.
Yeah.
Oh, I bought the used game, I gotta buy $10 code.
Yeah.
They learned their lesson. People complained. Right? I think they'll learn their lesson from this.
Because we're already giving them enough money as it is.
The market
you
dictates
know?
everything. If we
Yeah.
continue to buy crap. By the way, it's my Titanfall, and that was
I
not
need to.
me saying buy crap. Yeah.
I need to. I got some money. I need to. I still got that.
I've been playing
I
it.
think my.
I'm waiting for you.
Oh,
You're not
you got to,
360
yeah.
yet.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let
You
me
know what game actually surprised
Let
me?
me
Now
check
we're
if
talking
I
about those stuff.
still got that
Evolve.
coupon. Probably go buy it.
What's that?
Evolve.
Evolve, yes. What
So
about
they
yeah.
did because last weekend, Labor Day weekend, they actually released it for
Valve
free.
made that game? No.
I'll think you had a pre-order.
No, they
You had a
did Left 4
pre-order?
Dead made that game.
Yeah. And it was, and they did it for free for like a whole weekend. You could
Yeah,
download the
Valve.
game.
Did Valve make Left 4 Dead? And didn't Valve make Evolve?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
So they let the,
I might. Hell, then I might go buy a Titanfall today because I got a coupon for GameStop.
Yeah,
Buy
yeah.
2 pre-owned for.
Blast. Make sure you get
I get 2 pre-owned games and 1 free.
Yeah, but make sure you get the definitive edition.
Oh, no, that
Like if you're gonna go there and they don't have the definitive edition, get Microsoft points or something.
Okay.
Yeah, or whatever. What do you say?
No, yeah,
Evolve.
I played Evolve because for a weekend it was free.
Oh, okay.
Through every console,
okay.
whatever, and I downloaded it, played it,
Oh,
and
there
actually
you go.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, I just didn't like the fact that there wasn't a campaign mode, so I had to play with other people, and then I would have my headset, and
Okay.
every other match I would end up with like a 12 or 13-year-old just complaining and talking smack, and so.
Come on, keep up.
Yeah, you gotta throw the harpoon and
64 days.
Place
Star
the
Wars
trailer.
releases.
The movie?
Another game.
then shortly
The
after.
Battle
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
movie's
fine.
like
It's fine.
a month after that, right?
Yeah. I got my pre-order.
Fellas, I have to go. I'm very sorry that I cannot finish
I gotta go too, actually.
our allotted time. So we'll let you guys. I'm really sorry about that. Our
yeah.
first live
We are good.
ever with thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. How many people are watching right now? Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I have 2 or 3 people who I asked to sign in and watch. Probably not even watching, just left on in the background. Hello, Frank. How are ya? All right.
For sure.
Well, I'll leave it to you guys.
You guys
How many tops do we have left?
You guys like halfway through.
to be continued.
To do it to be continued.
Yeah, we can do it to be continued. Then next one we'll do another live one.
We can all say goodbye together.
Yeah,
do that.
we'll do a live one next week again.
Care to sit down, sir?
Well, actually, no, three topics, because we already talked about three
Oh, it's up
topics.
to you. Should we? What's happening? Am I leaving? Are you done? I'm going.
Well,
Goodbye.
I guess you can finish the 3 topics.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Goodbye.
fellas. See you next week.
Yes, definitely.
See you next week, internets.
And there's an awkward silence with the music in the background.
So, I mean, maybe I could say I just want to get some shit ready to go.
He's just gonna get his shit ready. Let me do that shit ready.
I like her back.
I do too. Even
So, I mean, keep on going.
sure.
It's live.
What's next?
So, the other thing, Fallout 4, found its way back into the topic list.
Did it?
And just because almost every game that is released,
Did you see the statue?
No, the statue we're talking
You
about.
just the statue
No.
should be coming for Fallout 4 with the battle armor, the suit. Oh. Talk. And I
Okay, so Australia tends to be very strict when it comes to game content.
Okay.
Like they're very strict when it comes to like the language used in games, certain like the way a game looks, or if it's something like completely, what's the word I'm trying to find here? Controversial.
Yeah.
So they usually tend to ban games like that. So Fallout 4, they're saying it's the first time since Australia started, implemented this new censorship on games. Fallout 4 is going to be the first game that they are not censoring at all. And, Fallout 4 is going to be the first game that is released even here in the US that there's no type of censorship.
Okay.
Like there's an entity in the government or whatever that determines the ratings and what gets censored, what gets not. They're just letting the game go as it was made. So essentially, everything that we're going to see in the game is going to be what was originally put in the game.
Okay.
And with that being said, it was also revealed that Fallout 4 has more lines, like, conversation and stuff, more lines recorded in the game. Ooh. How big is that? So there's more lines in the game than all of the previous Bethesda games combined.
1/6 scale figure?
Nice.
I don't know what it is.
So they said it was Skyrim, Fallout 3, and there's one game that I left out. Maybe the prior, which one was the Elder Scrolls game before Skyrim? Oblivion. So those three games combined. Fallout 4 has more lines than those three games combined.
Oh, that is right. I told you about it. Yeah.
A lot of conversations in it, and none of it's censored. It's going to be all raw, just the way it was recorded. Which, I mean, if you think about it, it's a plus. Because usually things get cut out because it's controversial, or whatever the case is. And so you were telling me about GTA 5.
Oh yeah, I'm starting to play it.
You got into it with the online.
Yeah, I'm starting to play it, man. I haven't played a GTA seriously since Vice City.
Some crazy shit. Like you can get drunk and shit.
Yeah, you can get drunk. You can
Pretty much a life.
You can take bong hits, I just bought my first apartment, so I'm pretty happy now.
So they revealed that before the online blew up, there was actually a big, huge DLC that they were planning to make.
I heard about that. Yeah, nothing happened.
And it didn't happen because of how successful the online.
Yeah, and the online is still successful, man. I mean, I got on because I was at such a low level when I first started. The world came after me. Like, I mean, legitimately, everyone on that map came after me.
Right. No, it happened to me too when I played it.
But I read about that. Yeah, the DLC that did not get released. Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like because the main complaint from the campaign mode, the story mode, was the advertisements and stuff all was based on, the bank robberies, and they're like, oh, you're able to rob a bank and yada yada yada. But there was only like 4 or 5 within the actual, story mode.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, so that was supposed to be a big aspect of the game. Well, that's why they were going to incorporate that into a big DLC, but then online came out, and then they decided to do that in the
because the online just brings so much. I mean, there's tons of missions to do, and it's essentially real life,
Right, and you can
rob
shot at, too.
Yeah, rob stores, all that other crap. The online brings a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's just, like I said, I'm not playing the campaign. I don't know, I can't really get into the campaign.
No, I mean, I bought it, I had it for the last gen, 360, and I finished the campaign there. But I rebought it again for the current gen because of the first person point of view.
Yeah.
I started playing it, but then I realized, wait, this is the same exact story. So then I just abandoned it altogether, and I just started doing it online. And I kind of stepped away from
it. And I watched my
online.
brother do the whole campaign, and I'm just like, okay, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Which, there's another game, I don't know if you've heard of Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah.
It was so hyped up. I remember I got it for my birthday or something like that. I'm not a big fan of the game, but turns out they also have it online. Dragon's Dogma Online, and it turns out same thing. They were going to make a DLC for the campaign mode, and then eventually they just did the online, released the online, and now the online got like 1 million like copies sold in like Japan or something like that. So now they're just investing in online. So my question is, should that be a route for games to take now? Or do you see that eventually becoming a norm? Because, you see, like, big thing lately has been DLCs, like, Witcher DLCs, stuff like that. But do you see it eventually to where companies are going to be like, instead of doing DLCs, we can just release an online game? Elder Scrolls did that, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, the DLC though has just become a huge part of gaming, and especially in recent years, in recent years, DLC has become a huge part of gaming, especially when it comes to getting extra content for the games that we love. But online too, it brings you together with people, and it's massive.
It's an interaction, yeah.
Yeah, it's an interaction, yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like DLC and what's it called? Online are kind of right now kind of split down the middle. Each of them is good for its own reasons.
Right. I mean, if you look at it in a business perspective, if you make a DLC, and I thought about, if you make a DLC, once you're done with that DLC, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, there's essentially no need, unless you need like to fix something, or you should usually move on to your next project.
Yeah.
While you do online, like GTA, you are constantly updating.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I do prefer the online better, just for the fact that it is never ending, and then you do get updates that sometimes add more to it, and then sometimes you don't even have to pay for it. You just got to download the update.
Yeah. And you would think it would make more money for a company to have something that's constantly, it's a project they're constantly working on. It's creating a constant influx of cash, as opposed to a DLC that you download has only X amount of time of playability.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I prefer online just for that. It does. It brings more, in my opinion. It brings a lot more to the gamer, just from the updates. Some of them, I don't think. I've never really paid for an update.
Mm-mm.
I mean, if I want the extra content, I pay for it.
I mean, for me, the perfect example would be Dragon Ball. Another perfect example.
Yeah, the updates are great. And I actually have bought DLC for Dragon Ball. I bought the Katsuno after DLC.
DLC used to be free when it first came out. It was always free. And then they started charging like $2, $5.
Mm-hmm. They just
and now it's just part of the game. They charge you $15 or $20 or more. A couple months after the game came out, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be one of those things. I feel eventually we'll just get to the point where it's just gonna be strictly online.
And then
with the eventual updates
and the occasional
microtransactions or stuff like that.
Yeah, the occasional pay for this and one extra whatever,
Right. So, our last topic.
What is it?
So I mean, and I kind of mentioned it before we started, the stream. So they interviewed Miyamoto.
Okay.
And they called it myths about Nintendo, and it was a whole bunch of several myths that were kind of silly, and like, who was Bowser Jr.'s mother? And he just smiled. He's just like,
me.
Okay. But the thing that caught my eye, and which was the headline for the actual article, they said that Super Mario 3 was
just a show.
Just a show.
A play.
It was like a play,
And I think we all kind of got that hint with the whole curtains opening.
And then like all the platforms, like it was like hung by like little pieces of wood or whatever.
So Super Mario World that's real shit. Like he
was in real danger, yes.
Super Mario
but in Super Mario World 3, he was never in real danger.
But Super Mario 2 also had to put
So I guess that entire
Super Mario 1 did.
So essentially he was just
so was maybe 2 and 3 like
like a play based on his
first adventure, like for an audience. Like this is what I went
through. The retelling of his incredible journey to save Peach.
Bowser just like Luigi in a past.
Super Mario 64 and had a camera back on the world.
So it's all these years it all been fake?
So it's all based just on one adventure?
But this one here, Sunshine,
That was great. What if it's all fake? And Mario's just like a billionaire actor who has his own like racetracks and holds his own races. And that's Mario Kart. You know?
He's kind of lonely, so he just like pays these people.
Yeah, he tweets out that he's very lonely, and you know, with all this money, he tweets out he's extremely lonely.
Peach is just like a actress that never made it big in Hollywood. And
she just like in the game, she wants nothing to do with him.
right.
Luigi's not even. Luigi's probably not even his brother. It's just some guy. Like
they all just like cosplay and he finds his way and
yeah. So it's all just
role playing.
It's all just one giant movie. So I mean, yeah, I guess we all kind of assumed that, but it never. I don't think anyone really contemplated on it too seriously. Yeah. That okay, this is all an act. But yeah, I mean, with the curtain, the whole. Yeah, just the whole thing. The way the music started and then it opened. And yeah, I think we all knew that. Just to hear confirmation, it's like, yeah, wow. He was never in any danger.
Right.
So every time he'd fall off a cliff, he literally just like a pat at the bottom. Alright, cut, do it again.
It's not how we rehearsed it, Mario.
This time with feeling. It was always a big setup, you know. The airships, especially some of those levels where you're like in hell, and it's like you're riding that freaking raft of skulls that when it's falling, you gotta somehow stay on without falling to your death.
It kind of takes away some of
It kind of does take away some of the urgency of the game.
Yeah.
Right, all those hours we put into it to like beat it, and
so maybe 2 and 3 were just like reenactments of 1, you know, his adventure, his retelling of the adventure.
Yeah.
What if Mario isn't Mario? It's just some fucking actor. It's not really Mario. Some guy portraying Mario. His name is like Francis or something.
And that makes you ask then, who's Wario?
Oh yeah.
So it was all
maybe that's how Wario got the gig. He played Mario in Mario 2 and 3 as the actor.
When the next journey came up, like Wario was pissed off because there was no more filming.
So I'm gonna become my own guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on my own adventure and tell my own story. What's my name gonna be?
There was never a Wario and Luigi type game. What's that?
Wario and Luigi?
Waluigi.
No, Waluigi's only like from Mario Party and Mario Tennis.
They should do a Wario and Waluigi type game, man.
I'm sure. I haven't played any of the later Mario games.
Well, with that being said, I mean, crap, yeah. They kind of ruined the game for me now. I kind of hate it.
All these years later. Alright, so guys, this has been awesome. You know, our 10th episode. You know, and we just hope to keep on going more and more and more.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed the live streaming. You know, maybe we'll do this a little bit more often. Just not too much. You know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind doing it again sometime soon.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't mind doing it. Every week.
Shit, why not? We can try it again next week.
You do it every week, and then I can still, edit the own video afterwards and post on YouTube. I mean, because I know this is getting automatically sent to YouTube. Technically, I don't even have to edit. Which I'm not saying I wouldn't want to.
What are we gonna get real soon? Like we might see stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
So I mean, definitely, guys. Continue to let us know what you think. Subscribe to us. Follow us here on Twitch.
Yeah.
Follow us on YouTube, so you can always know when we're going to be
on. Follow us on our Instagram, which is just 4Gamers Network.
And then Twitter.
Or our Twitter, which is
FGN_network.
Yeah, there you go.
FGN_network. And just let us know what you think. We're always trying to move forward, and this is our proof that we are trying to move forward, because now we are streaming and it's live, and before it wasn't just
live from Chicago.
Right. Before it wasn't just like
this is Monday.
We should take a cut of Ninja kind of thing.
This is FGN live.
And then I will fucking jackknife someone to the
and it just shows that we're becoming more comfortable with the concept.
Yeah. Of
a podcast, and just moving forward, we are going to do more gaming wise. I plan on.
Yeah. We're doing. The gaming stuff is coming soon. We're financially trying to get it together as far as getting our equipment to stream. I should probably start being able to stream once I get my Xbox One soon. I should probably be able to start doing that then.
I mean, I'm probably going to invest in the Kinect to be able to, because I've done a couple of streams on this channel with FIFA and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show like my face. Like I want to be able to have me and it's more of a personal experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, hopefully soon I'm able to do that. I'll probably still start streaming whenever I just want to play the game. I'll probably just do it just to have something to do. But
yeah. With that being said, hope you those of you who watched enjoyed. Tell your friends to catch us next week because we might. I think we're going to do another live one next week too.
I mean, I like it.
I enjoy it, yeah.
But, the interaction and, as we grow and more of you viewers start watching us, and start adding on your own opinion into the chat, it's going to add to it.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then that way you guys, if you guys watch us and we're talking about, like how we just went off about Pokemon, and you guys want to add your 2 cents, feel free. And then, we'll definitely go along with it, and it'll be an actual conversation between us and you guys.
Yes, because as the gaming community, we are all connected and united, so...
Definitely. It's all about opinions and, being heard and, things like that. And then I feel like that's something that we need, especially with, what I said about Machinima and IGN, essentially not having their own opinion about games and stuff. We want to be the entity that speaks their true opinions and, doesn't essentially get, like, a check under the table, like, oh,
to
here,
say this is good. If something sucks, I will tell you it freaking sucks.
Exactly.
I'm not afraid to voice my opinion about crappy games and/or consoles.
Yeah. So I mean, and unfortunately, Doug and Sebastian were not here to say their official goodbyes, but on behalf of Doug and Sebastian, my name is Paulo Trendocha.
Kevin Shepard.
And guys, thanks for coming on this 10th episode. This is a spectacular journey.